Hello YouTube viewers, welcome to my channel Science to Technology. In today's show, Computer Wednesday, we're going to talk about top DIY computer projects. So let's dive deep into it. So DIY here simply means what the heck happens if you want something and what you want is not available or made by anyone or out of reach. For example, there are certain things not available in my country. What to do then? Well, in those sort of scenario, DIY becomes the only option. And you have to understand this one core component. We are living in the future. Like, it may not feel like it, but it is the future. For example, at time of my birth, 1993, if I had an idea, hey, I'm going to make this, equipment that controls 4 fans and that's how I'm going to make a fume extractor. Yeah, almost everything could have been done. It's just that PCB, that simple thing, PCB, yeah, no, I could not have even thought of like getting it done unless I manually did it by home in hand, in-house. But compare that to now, I can use a free software that makes it super easy. I do it and I can send it and the parts come in a week or two. And again, I'm not talking about going to China or something like that. In India also that's available. So fundamentally, we are living in the future. And to do this sort of project, you need two things, either lot of money, lot of brain, or best case scenario, both. So you do be mindful, it's not about money all the time. Yes, it do consume a lot of money. Most of the people can actually afford it, assuming they have the brain power. So, and if you have access to the internet, you have access to advanced manufacturing. We may not pay attention to it, but it is available nowadays. It's like, that's why I'm saying we are living in the future. Things that few years ago were unthinkable, just few years ago, is now it's like, who cares? Who cares? So you can go Thanos on it, where it's like, fine, I'll do it myself. So that's the point of DIY. Now, what this needs from you? Well, there has to be something off in your brain. You have to understand that, like, this is not a normal thing. And I mean normal in terms of mathematical distribution of population, that majority of people will not be like, okay, I want something, it's not available. Either they will try to get it imported or they're just like, let it go. But you are that special person that has that special itch where it's like, I need it. And if you have two other qualities about you, you have ungodly amount of patience and grit. This thing will push you, man. Basically, any sort of projects that is good and genuinely unique, you will go from, oh, this will take a month to like, oh, it's been years. And again, it does take grit. Starting, easy. Completing, ooh, it's gonna drive you mad. Like how Adam Savage keeps saying, where it's like, 80% of a project, 5 minutes. The rest 20%, yeah, that will take years or forever. So fundamentally, you need a lot of patience and you need a lot of grit. And thankfully, we are living in the future, but it does require you to have certain ability. Ability number one, you must be able to digest a lot of online tutorials. And you would be shocked how many things are available. And I'm not even joking. There is like actual tutorial how to make fuel injector for a freaking rocket with a liquid fuel, including cryogenics. That's just on YouTube, man. Take it and go. How it's not at ITAR violation is beyond me, but it is there. And that's basic level. That's like, getting your feet wet. And then you have the God level ability, which is the ability to read actual documentation, meaning any Tom, Dick and Harry can look into ESP32, watch some tutorials, learn something and make some stuff. But if you really dive deep into it, like you are making something that nobody has made before, you have to go through documentation, and that's a black magic. Like, trust me when I say this, if you are actually serious about this and all that, might as well print it out. It will be good for your eyes, and again, you will thank me later, because again, it is brutal hard work that you have to go through almost 150 technical documentation, bare minimum 150 pages is the average, and then you might find something that is even more bonkers. Thankfully, we have ink tank printers, so printing is now cheap. So documentation, you have to digest that. And then you must have experience in hacking things or modifying things. Now, software is not good enough here. You have to have hardware. Basically, if you're like, I can't assemble a PC, I'm gonna make a good PC level DIY project. Yeah, no, not happening. It's same way. Like everyone who makes something in life or in future or in civilization generally started by hacking or modifying some things, be it Bill Gates or Steve Jobs, or hacking telephone. So fundamentally, always have to start somewhere. So if you have cleared that and you have all these things, then if you put two things in together, time, a lot of time, and madness, bonkers amount of madness, then the output is magic. What you can achieve at the other end is beyond wow. It's like, holy time. That's magical. And here's the deal. What if it does not finish? Like, what if you wanted to think about something, you wanted to try, you did try, and it did not pan out? No worry. You will learn things. You will know things. And that will directly translate to you being able to get more things done in the future. So it's about the journey also. So it does require these things for you. Basically, people who go into makers convention rather than concerts and all that. So there has to be something off about you. They have to have like that itch. So my first choice is this project, gaming laptop. Now here's the deal. The channel is Socket Science, and the laptop is with PC parts. Basically, think in this way. He had a serious problem is that gaming laptops are ludicrously expensive. Okay, cool, awesome. And they are heavy also. They are not very light also. Okay, that's okay. We have to deal with it. And they have poor performance. Then it's like, what the hell? So they are heavy, they're expensive, and they have poor performance, meaning you can buy, oh, this has AMD 12 core and this has let's just say RTX 4070. Here's the deal. Take the same hardware, AMD and RTX into desktop format. You're like, they will be cheaper and they'll have far more power, like far more, like ludicrously more. It's like, how the heck that's viable? Like, how the heck NVIDIA even claims 4070 in both of them base, but given the fact that 4080 will barely give you the power of 4070 in desktop. So that's the weird thing. So he was pissed off about it. And again, almost all of us think, what if we just put desktop part into laptop? He's like, what if I actually do it? So he literally made a clamshell laptop, and the penalty was there was no battery, and it was like a big power brick external. That was one minor thing, but his argument for that was very logical, is that the moment you pull out the plug, most gaming laptops will disable the GPU. It's not full-fledged at that point in time. So what's the point? And if you're doing this, it's not something that you're going to pull out in aeroplane and all that. So might as well just go with the flow. So they did that. That's the minor changes, but it's an epic proof of concept. And the things they used is normal equipment. It's not magical equipment. It's like special motherboard. No, this is my ITX motherboard. He just modified some of the ports so it fits physically. GPU, normal GPU, not even half height, full size GPU. They just like put it and change the thermal. And he built his own thermal system. This is the weakest part of it. Everything else is like miracle, because he did not have access to, or did not want to pour that kind of money where it's like aluminum frame and chassis and all that. But he's like, okay, what if I 3D print it? Unfortunately, most 3D printers are not that big where you can print a full laptop chassis without seams. So he's like, okay, slice it into 4 parts, put it together, use solder to match it. I'm like, soldering iron to match it. And then it's like, again, most likely it was PLA. It's like, it will warp. It's like, okay, what if we have JB weld coat it? It's like, damn. So he had a problem, he found a solution, and he did this madness thing that almost everybody thinks about, but nobody has the guts to do it. He's like, let me do this. And the final product is actually good. Like, it's actually good. Like, think in this way, let's say you build this right now and it's a AM5 socket. Few years down the line, when last AM CPU is released, you're like, okay, which is the most efficient one, or X3D variant of that? You can just put it here, go have fun. Or what is the latest GPU generation that is actually energy efficient? Put it here, take it and go. I'm like, he actually did that. So as a proof of concept, it's epic. And in terms of everybody's thought trend went some time around this. Like everybody, every man, every boy, some point is dealing with computers, thought about this. And he's like, what if I did it? I'm like, damn. Although, let that be very clear, he's not let down by anything except the thermal management. Not that it does not work, it's just that part where it's like, it shows that it's like, yeah, laptop engineering, half of the laptop engineering any Tom, Dick and Harry can do is just making a thermal system that is good. Yeah, that's the hard part. And again, bending heat pipe is not as easy. So this is a really amazing project. Like, it's half madness, but it's awesome. So this is like a really inspiring thing. But you have to be half crazy to even attempt it. And then we come to Aoni. This became very popular recently because of Linus Tech Tips. And his idea was very simple. It's like, what if you want a laptop? What if you want to make a laptop? It's like, if we are living in the future, 2020s, man, why can't we just make the damn laptop? It's like, okay, we'll make it. Now, his deal, what about just chip, the actual silicon? His deal, there are a lot of companies. Good. Problem is, most of them, they will not talk to you. And even just to get them to agree to talk to you, you have to sign NDA on top of NDA with some extra NDA. And yeah, that's not acceptable. So what are other options? Well, x86 has to be let go. The only option then is ARM series CPUs. In ARM, you can go to Qualcomm, and Qualcomm will work with you if you have boatload of money with some extra lawyers for NDA. So what is the other option? Third party. Rock chip. So rock chip. Now here's the problem with that. While SoC is available, like you can just pick up a phone, place an order, you'll get the SoC. Those SoCs require ball grid array soldering. That is not easy to do or viable or even reliable, because here's the SoC itself is not that difficult to solder, but once you have to match everything to basically RAM and all this, the power delivery, the clock cycle, the EMG RAM and Wi-Fi and all that, it will become nigh impossible to trust it. But basically you have too many variables, like you are literally risking a full size development. So he did something smart. He's like, what if instead of system on a chip, SoC, we went to SOM, system on module. So this module has become, this sort of module design has become popular because of Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi became very big, very successful, but companies like, hey, we want to design our own ports. You have the good brain, but what if we want a different architecture to it? It's like, okay, here's a module, slim module, put it however you want to. You want to cool it with a frame, you want to cool it with a vapor chamber, you want to cool it with a heat shrink, go YOLO on it. It's up to you. This is the pin, this is our layout, this is the wiring diagram, go YOLO. So Rockchip also makes that. So he made custom carry board. That was the biggest oomph required. It's like custom carrier board, which is suitable for laptop. He made that. Added display. Now, because again, Rockchip, while it is good, it's not GG. So he's like, okay, let's not cheap out on other things. So he put 4K display, AMOLED display. I'm like, damn. There are only few companies that make that, only few laptops that have ever come out with that. And it's like, ta-da. I'm like, damn. So you have display and battery also. Again, the first one did not have it. This is like, no, we're going to have battery. I mean, we have ARM system, so we can have battery. So he has battery also. And then he went flexed a little bit. He's like, what if the keyboard is good? Now it's like, okay, why keyboards are not good? Well, generally cheaping out is the reason. You can make a good keyboard, but again, there are so many contradictory requirements. It's like, eh. So it's like, what if the keyboard was actually good and you wanted to use it? Well, then you will be stuck with using the laptop. Generally, you're not supposed to have laptop like this because again, it puts strain on your neck, whereas like looking down, you're supposed to have laptop on a stand, so you're eye level with the screen. But here's the deal, you're not gonna type like this. But what if you can just yoink the keyboard and keyboard just works? He literally made keyboard as a separate wireless module. And the keycaps, basically the key switches used is MX low profile keys. Like these are actually good, like actually good keys. And he's just like, tada. Most people are interested in that part, not the system. MS, there's only one brand that makes that MX thing. I'm like, damn, he made that. And again, I did not even knew there is cell pouches that you can buy that is 1 millimeter thick. How the heck you have separator anode and cathode in there? So that's available. He built that. So it's a really good thing. So it's like, okay, you put it here, you yoink the keyboard, you just enjoy it, and you put it or fold it. I'm like, and it's not even fat. It's not even fat as last system. This is like really great. So custom wireless mechanical keyboard and finely finished metal body. This time this person put some money and got sponsorship with I'm not sure whether got sponsorship or like he used JLC CNC. There is a sub brand now. You had the JLC PCB and you have JLC CNC. So he did that. He says $350 or something, and the frame is like solid aluminum construction. So from outside, like if I just give you, you hold it, it's like, damn, that's some good MacBook stuff. It's really good, like really, really good. So good stuff. And again, amazing 4K OLED. There is no discussion after that. And this puppy is 90% working laptop for most people, like flat out. The only things missing is audio is horrendous and the webcam is not there. So those are the missing link part. Well, the only thing confusing to me is like, if you are going on that system on module, why go to Rockchip? Like you could have went to Latte Panda. It would have, again, x86. Everything will work with x86 because people say Linux. Linux does not mean anything. Linux simply means it's a kernel. To take the kernel, package into a new hardware and making sure that it runs is not as easy as you might think. So, and when you are doing something like that from fresh, like, okay, this is the SoC, this is how I'm using it. Yeah, the device tree, the definitions, the kernels, all of that thing requires complete new bake. It's not like, oh, I'm going to take Ubuntu, plug in the USB and it will work. Nah. Everything has to be done. So I'm kind of confused, like why he went this route. Latte Panda was available. Heck, even if you had a little bit of money, you can go from AMD also has a lot of modules. And even Intel also has N100s. AMD has better option in that regard. But they are expensive, but this is expensive project. So that would have made it like a full x86 desktop grade. And those hassle of like, coding the packages and all that, that would have been minimized. But damn, this is a good system. Like this is really good. Like every Tom, Dick and Harry who's in engineering school, especially working with electronics, embedded electronics, you should try to build one. And again, change the SoC to whatever your requirement. There are a lot of options. You have system of module, lot of system of module is available. Go YOLO on it. Like this is really good. Like this is damn. And after watching the kid, how young he is, you will be like, yep, what, I'm wasting my life. So this was a really good project. Second good project. Now we come to the flagship project, small form factor workstation PC. Now you have to understand, there are certain things, certain requirements where you need Windows System D end. You cannot translate, and especially when you are getting paid for certain works, you do not have time for that. Okay, like I learned 3ds Max when I was an artist. When I go to job and I get the job is like, okay, now you have to work in Maya, and I was like, what, I learned Max? It's like, we do not care, either you learn Maya or we fire your ass. So it's like, okay, I'll have to learn Maya. And again, that will always, if somebody is paying you to work on, let's say, Siemens NX, I did not even know that Siemens NX was a thing, but since I'm working with Airawat for that engine, and that engine's inventor is basically working on Siemens, I have to work with that. I have to just work with that. There is no other way around it. Again, half of the CAD community does not even touch Mac. Like Siemens did had some support for Mac. They slowly started to let it go. Latest update, nope. Latest update, nope. What about Linux? Nope. Again, I told you, Linux does not mean anything. You can say Ubuntu, that means something. You can say SteamOS, that means a lot of things, but you cannot say Linux. Because again, somebody has to compile everything. And then Siemens NX support team will be like, no, we do not care. Now, does that matter? It matters to Boeing, it matters to SpaceX, it matters to every Tom, Dick and Harry company that is making some awesome stuff. And again, Siemens NX is one option. You have same going with SolidWorks, same going with Fusion 360, same going with all other CAD packages. So engineering field is like, they do not even touch Macs. It's like some places do, but surprisingly, like what about you learn FreeCAD or to do that? If you are working solo from home, go YOLO on it. Go YOLO on it. But most of the time, you won't. And this is one of the greatest advantage and achievement of Bill Gates. He figured it out how the heck software works. He figured out the self-fulfilling prophecy loop. The idea is you do not lock your software package with the hardware package. Meaning, if your software is good enough, people will want to use it. Meaning, if it's open enough, other companies will want to make cheaper hardware for it. More people will buy the software. More people will buy the software, more the competition will grow. The more people will use your software, more they get used to it, more sellers, app sellers will go into that. And then it's like, tada, Adobe, tada, Autodesk, tada, so many other packages that I cannot even list their whole names. CAD is like complete different ecosystem, and more will if people pour into it, and then you will realize why Bill Gates was richest person for around 10 years. I think 13 years he was the richest person, and he had to bail out Steve Jobs. So you'll understand that he figured out that part very well. So, and again, Apple is only successful after iPhone. Before that, it was like, eesh. After iPhone, like they really started to print money. Before that, it was like, eesh, barely. So when you are working in computer industry, 99% of the time you have to deal with Windows, whether you like it or not. Heck, Aeroplot employees have to deal with that. That's why, Scale4 issue became such a big deal. It's like, my airport is running on Windows. Yeah, it is. Almost everything. Heck, even factories are running on that. They are not even touching Linux. Even I was surprised. It's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, it's the thing. So Linux is only available in servers because again, somebody is getting paid to deal with it. Other places, Windows it is. Some places, Mac it is. Apparently, audio engineers really love Macs. And again, I coming from 3D game artist, trust me, all are PC, all are. We can have some front systems where it's like, oh, we have Macs, so dumb people think we are smart and hip and all that. Back behind the scene is just HP, Dell, Lenovo. So this is an engineer who needed CAD system. Basically, meaning he required some oomph. That oomph cannot be found in any other way. So he's like, okay. So he tried laptop, did not work. He tried laptop with external GPU, did not work. He tried small form factor system. It did work, but it was not small enough. Meaning his final aim was that he could just easily carry the CPU system office, home without issue, and office travel in a carry-on luggage without too much issue. So small factor could do that, but it was still too big. So he started to design his own system using low profile GPUs. NVIDIA has made some really amazing strides on 24 GB ADA-less GPUs. Those are really powerful and CAD certified. They can work with CAD. So that's awesome GPU. Then ITX motherboard, lot of ITX motherboard, and HDplex PSU. This is the most personal favorite part of me, because I have no idea how the heck Apple is the only company that understands it, that you cannot have a mini PC. The PC is this small, but you have a giant power brick on the behind. Like, I have no idea how this became popular in office PCs. Where it's like, oh, this 1 liter PC is like, yeah, it's not 1 liter. No, it's 1 liter. You can measure it. It's like, so the size of power brick is half of the size of that damn thing. So it's like, Apple does know this. Like, they always try to put AC to DC converter in the box itself. He did that. I'm very happy. So he did that using HDplex PSU. You can do that. And he used milled aluminum case. And this case is designed specifically so it acts as a heat sink for everything else. So everything that has active cooling, it has active cooling. What about everything else? This is milled aluminum. Like, it will make MacBook look like cheap. Because again, they have thin aluminum. This puppy has thick aluminum, and heat sinking capabilities are like, it's good. Really good system. And this is why this is the highest on my list, is simply because he has custom CPU cooler, meaning both of them were suffering with when it comes to thermal. This is like, let me show you how to do thermals. He bought a basically server grade CPU system, which again, those are awesome system. They have vapor chamber, that's awesome. They have copper fins, they are awesome. They are 1U thick, super awesome. But here's the teeny tiny problem. They're supposed to have hurricanes going through them in order to cool it. How the heck you generate hurricane? A, without causing too much noise. B, fitting it in 1U width, basically height. 2 of the blower fans. He figured it out and made the whole geometry. So air comes in, cools it, goes away. 100 watt of cooling on that 1U without being noisy. Damn. That's the most interesting part of it. And again, the GPU also has its own isolated area. I did commented to him, it's like, why did you had GPU on the other side? That hole makes it very, what you call, awkward, so to say. As you can say, 2 holes on one side, another hole is on the other side. I asked him, it's like, he said, yeah, I wanted to put it, because again, if he had rotated that, all the holes would be on one side, and you can just mount it behind basically a monitor behind the scene, or you can even lay it flat. Right now, laying it flat is not an option. So he said it would have made it a bit thicker. So I think he had a bag width where he was like really trying to make sure that bag width is not stretched. I was like, little bit, like, you know, even 1 centimeter extra would have made sense, but like, it's his call. But again, damn good, like, damn good, really precise, and none of that BS where it's like, no, this is super small. I have tiny power brick somewhere else. No, make it fully small. It's fully small. So it's really good. The only thing I wish, that 180-degree rotation, again, even if it had added a little bit of volume, it would have been fair. But again, this is one of the best I have seen, like the best. Like, this is an engineering showing to people how you do engineering. I'm like, dang. So this is my personal favorite. So this was my short list of top 3 computer-based projects. If you like this, enjoyed this, learn from it, please click the like button, share it amongst a friend. That will help me a lot. If you wanna make me to make more, please say part 2. I will make it. And if you didn't like it, didn't enjoy it, I urge you to press dislike, press it twice to show me disappointment. Please leave a comment, because I do try to reply to all of them. Subscribe, press the bell icon if you're free, and as always, thanks for watching.